Welcome to how to set your dwell on your Chevy Sprint. Here are a few things you're going to need. First off, your repair manuals, timing light, multimeter with dwell, duty cycle, and tachometer. I also have a spare tach, dwell, and voltmeter just to verify that my multimeter is reading properly. I also like to have a secondary voltmeter to check my micro switches. That way my other multimeter is free to monitor my tach, make sure my RPMs are at the right setting as my micro switches open and close. Okay, the first thing you want to do when setting your dwell is you want to make sure the car is at its operating temperature. I like to take mine out and take it for a drive for 10-15 minutes, get it up to temperature, then I will bring it back and I will start my dwell testing. You don't actually have to do that. You can actually just turn the car on, let it idle until it reaches its optimal temperature. I'd let it idle for at least 10-15 minutes. If it's really cold, maybe even longer, up to 30 minutes, just to make sure everything's working, opening, and it's at its optimal temperature. Okay, now I'm ready to check my RPMs on my Sprint. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect my negative side of my multimeter, which is a common, to the negative side of the battery here. Then I'm going to take my positive lead off of my multimeter and I'm going to connect it to the negative side of the coil. Hope we can see this. Now I'm going to turn my multimeter on, which is already set to 3 cycle. Turn it on, and my car is idling about 750 RPMs, which you see here it only reads 75, 76, but you actually times that by 100, so 75 times 100 is 750 RPMs. Now that I verified that my car is idling at the proper RPMs, I'm going to check my timing. Okay, I have my timing light now connected to my #1 spark plug. I have my timing light hooked up to the positive side of my battery and my negative side of the battery. Now I have my timing light. I'm going to verify that it's flashing. You notice my fan just kicked on, so now I'm going to have to wait till my idle comes back down. As you can see, my idle went up to 800. You can't really see it in this video, but I verified that my timing is dead center at 10 degrees before top dead center at 750 RPMs. Now I'm going to plug my multimeter into the duty cycle connector. As you can see in this video, I have my red lead going to my blue wire with the red strip. My black lead is going to the black wire, as you can plainly see in this video. Now I made sure that I have my multimeter set to the 6-cylinder well setting. And if you go up, you can see that my dwell is swinging from around, let's say 21 to about 25. My fan just kicked on. As you can tell how much difference it is because of the fan kicking on. So you absolutely have to make sure that nothing is on in the vehicle. We'll wait till the fan turns off. Okay, well, the fan is kicked off and my readings are from around 21 to 25, which is almost perfect. It could be just a little higher, but I'm not going to worry about it since it will fluctuate. So then I verified that my timing was still 10 degrees before top dead center. My RPMs are still verified at 750 RPMs. So now, if I wanted to increase or decrease the dwell, I would go to the back of the carburetor and I would either turn in or turn out the fuel air mixture screw at the base of the carburetor. Here you will see an analog dwell meter. These dwell meters are relatively inexpensive. How you read this meter is you want to get your low and your high. Here the low is around 20, 21. The high is around 23, 24. So the average would be 22. As you can see, the needle moving back and forth between 20 and 24. As you can see, the fan just turned on, and you can see how much more the dwell has came up because of the load on the motor. That's why it's very important to make sure that you have no accessories on in your car.